Hey everybody, it's Karen with Food and Family. I'm going to be starting my dinner shortly, but first I wanted to make a dessert. And I think today I'm going to make what I'm going to call an apple wrap. I have some burrito size flour tortillas. I have a can of apple pie filling and some other things, and I want to try this dessert today. So let's get started. Now I want to heat up my apple pie filling because I'm going to wrap these up and put them in the frying pan just to kind of toast that wrap a little bit on the outside. But I don't want my filling cold because it won't be in the frying pan long enough to get it hot. So I've got that, and I want to add a little more flavor to it. So I have some cinnamon sugar that I made up, and use your portions. I use like a cup of granulated sugar and maybe a tablespoon of cinnamon. If you like more cinnamon, use more. If you like less, use less. It's up to you. So I'm going to put some of that in these apples. And I'm going to stir it around, and that's a tablespoon and all of that. So that should be plenty. So let's get these heated up. My pan was getting hot, so it won't take long. See, and while I'm in here stirring this around, I'm going to chop those apples up just a little bit. And I want to try this little tiny piece of apple here to make sure I've got enough of that sugar, cinnamon sugar on it. Yeah, I'm glad I tried it because I think I want a little bit more. I'm not getting the cinnamon and sugar taste that I want. I'm going to go ahead and put it all in. That wasn't quite a tablespoon. I'll have to make some more of that, won't I? That if I had some apple pie spice, and I don't, I would certainly put some of that in there. That would amp it up, wouldn't it? So I want to get, while that's heating up, let's get our tortillas out. And I'm going to go ahead and get a couple of them out and get them ready. I hope you can see me over here. I'm going to try to slide that back. It's hot. And after we get these done, we're going to make a sauce to go over the top of it. So won't that be good? It'd be like a homemade caramel sauce. Not like caramel, but just a sauce. These are, I think they're hot already. So I am going to, let's move this a little bit. Move some stuff down. Made a mess there. I'm going to set this aside right here. Now I'm going to put my frying pan up here so it can be getting hot. So what I want to do is take some of this filling and go right down the center of this flour tortilla. I don't know how many this is going to make. We'll have to see. I want enough in there, but I don't want so much that it's going to squish out. Technical, squish out. Okay, so let's start rolling it up. I think that's going to be a good amount. That's probably a good 2, maybe 3 tablespoons. Fold it over, kind of tuck it back, and start rolling, and that'll help keep it tight. And looky there. Isn't that a beautiful little package? And you've got apple on both ends. So let's go ahead and fix this other one up. And now, if you want to use smaller tortillas, by all means, you would just get you'd get a lot more. You just have smaller apple wraps. And that's probably what I should have done, but I didn't. This is what I had, so I wanted to use what I had. Now, I want to get some butter. Of course, you know it's going to be butter in this pan. And I'm going to need more than that. Let's open up another stick. That's plenty for this one. We're only going to cook one at a time. Get that butter all melted in there. Looky there. And we're going to put this wrap in this pan, and it's just going to fit. Can you see that down in there? Yeah, I know you can. And we're going to cook it on that side for a minute, and then we're going to flip it over. I want to get a platter to put it on. Oh, looky there. Can you see that down in that pan? Looky there. See what that side looks like? Now, I'm going to finish these up. And I'm going to get them browned and laid out on my platter. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you how we're going to make this delicious sauce that we're going to drizzle over it. So I have the last of the apple wraps in the frying pan. And I'm about ready to take it up. Now, what I've done is I have browned it on all four sides. And so we get that good crispiness all over. And I think this one's ready to come up. Oh, it is. So let's put it here on our platter. Oh my goodness. Now, and I'm going to put my saucepan because we're going to be making that sauce I told you about. Now, look at that. Isn't that a beautiful sight? So what we need, what we're going to do is we're going to start with a half a cup of butter. That's one stick. Let's put it in the pan and it'll get hot in just a minute and start melting. There it goes. You hear it? It's going to start melting that butter. Then we're going to add 1 cup of brown sugar. You know, you lightly pack your brown sugar. I have light brown sugar. If you have dark or that's what you want to use, by all means use the dark. All it is in the dark, there's more molasses. So I'm going to put in just the tiniest pinch of salt. Salt kind of helps calm down some of that sweet. And you hear all that butter sizzling in there. Let's stir that around. Now, I have a 1/4 cup. You can use milk. I had heavy cream, and that's what I chose to use. Can't get any better than heavy cream and butter. And then all that brown sugar. Now, what we want to do is bring this to a boil. But let's stir it because we want to make sure we get all those sugar crystals melted. But we're going to let this boil for about a minute. Can you see how that's boiling there? I hope you can. See, now I can't stir it down. Stirring it does not stop the boiling. And that's what you want is the full rolling boil. And what I'll do is, because we won't have dinner until later, I will take this, let it cool a minute, and I'll put it in a jar. And I will set it aside so we'll have it when Pop Jones gets home. And we have our dinner and we're ready for a little bite of dessert. And then we can just pour what we want. And a beautiful way to serve this, if you were serving it at like a party or you had guests, if you've got a real pretty gravy boat, put it in that gravy boat and let everybody pour what they want. You can double this recipe easily. These apple wraps, I'm calling them. Put them in the freezer. Fix them. Let them cool. Wrap them. I would wrap them individually and put them in freezer bags and freeze them. They'll probably keep a couple of months or so. And when you're ready for one, just take it out, let it thaw, and pop it in the microwave or pop it in the oven. Leave it wrapped up and pop it in the oven and let it heat all the way through. So I think this is good. So let's turn this off, and I'm going to take it off the heat. So now what I want to do is, there's no way I can do a whole one. So I'm just going to do half of one, and I can hold it up and show you what it looks like inside. Looky here. Oh my goodness, y'all. Looky there. Can you see that is full of apples? I like a dessert where I know what I'm eating. I get the filling, and it's not just a little smear. Okay, so now I'm just going to drizzle some of this. I'm just going to use my spoon here and drizzle a little bit of this sauce, and I know it is going to be so hot. Look. Isn't that beautiful? So let's try a bite. I cannot describe to you how delicious that is. It's like an apple pie. It's not a crispy crust or a flaky crust like you would have on a pie, but it's delicious. I hope you'll try this recipe, and if you do, let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you might do differently. What kind of fillings would you use? You know, I've done the egg roll wrapped cherry pies before. They're delicious. I did some with caramel and apple, and you could change this up and put cherry in it. You can use blackberries, blueberries, lemon would be wonderful. Just change up your topping, and you can make a drizzle with a glaze and put it on there. So you're using a lemon pie filling, and just take you some confectioner sugar, some powdered sugar, and use lemon juice for your liquid and put it in there, and that's it. That would be wonderful. I hope you'll try this, and if you do, please let me know. And I certainly appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you'll come back and visit me soon. Thanks for being with me. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I certainly appreciate it. Thanks, everybody. See you soon.